The whole idea of a short-term rental property has always been incredibly interesting to myself and my husband. We found the perfect neighborhood that we thought was experiencing high growth and we thought would be a really good investment. And it was a really great blank slate that we could come into and add our signature color and style and pattern mix to make it something really interesting. I wanted things that were going to be incredibly durable. So when I walked into this home and saw a concrete slab of a floor, I thought, okay, this is cleanable, this is easy to maintain, and it also looks cool. So that was a big selling feature, and also white paint on the walls. I can work wonders with white paint by introducing new elements. I can kind of treat it like an art gallery in a way where it's the perfect blank backdrop to do exactly what I want. Generally speaking, all of my designs are a mix of what I like to call high and low, meaning some items are a big splurge and they're worth it because they get to be a superstar item in the room, and then other pieces are background players. They have to be there, but they don't have to be like a mind-blowing piece that no one has ever seen before. Things like amazing vintage lamps that are in a floral pattern, or collections of vintage matchbooks that I've glued to canvases myself. Those are really inexpensive because you can buy them online, you can find them at antique malls, but then there are custom items here, like for example, the really beautiful floral screen that wraps the dining room table. I had that custom made to my design to be the exact shape, size, fabric, color, everything to fit the spot. When people walk into this home, it's one of the first things they see. It makes a huge and very impactful statement. So for me, that was worth spending the money on. A friend of ours who's a local Nashville artist who's incredibly cool and hip came into our house, and we paid a fair amount of money for him to do a custom piece on the wall. But that is a showstopper. It's very hip, it's very unique. People walk in the door and they see that and they freak out. I knew that I wanted to sleep as many people in this house as possible, but I was limited to 3 bedrooms. So the best way to do that is to add a sleeper sofa in the living area. I added additional seating in the form of 3 other chairs, 2 of which are vintage swivel chairs that I had reupholstered in like a periwinkle performance velvet, which normally for a lot of people would be an odd choice, but I knew since it was performance, it wouldn't stain, we could wipe it up if any disasters happened to it, but I could still have the style that I wanted. I combined all of the wonderful art pieces that I've collected through my travels and just through my life that didn't have a home somewhere else. So you'll see a million books, a ton of art that's really kind of eclectic and an odd mix. They landed on the walls here and created a really interesting mix. I wanted there to be enough of a distinct personality in each room that individuals who walked in to stay in this home felt like they had a choice between really interesting and different options. We also incorporated totally different bed sizes in each room, and that was intentional. One bedroom has a pair of twin beds in case there are kids staying here or single people who aren't necessarily comfortable sharing a bed, which is a real thing. Another bedroom has a queen bed, and then a king-size bed as well for people who are more comfortable sleeping in that way. So we tried to cover all of our bases as far as functionality goes. One of the most rewarding things that I can ever hear is when a guest contacts me after they've stayed at the house and said, I just walked around absorbing everything and just taking notes about how to take this feeling home with me. And that's really all you can ask for in the end, is people loved it so much that they want to take that whole feeling that they had here and try to like instill it in their own home.